Morning, has-beens. Back for day 10. Double digits. Finally made it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my workout, and I'm going to talk about routine and the importance of routine. Today went well, considering that I last ran about 11 hours ago. This is the tightest two-run combination that I've had in years. Felt good. I ran unintentionally, I ran basically the exact same thing that I did last night. Started out about an 8-minute pace, and I just slowly ticked it down as I felt good, not really paying too much attention to what my total distance is going to be. And come to find out at the end, I end up exactly where I did 11 hours ago. So I would say that was a success. Finding that my perspiration is picking up in general, which I think is an early sign of fitness, which is a really good sign, though not so enjoyable when you're out on the run. It was a warmer morning out here. It was probably close to 45 degrees, but unfortunately I didn't check the weather rate when I got up and didn't even realize that it wasn't 25 degrees until I walked out the door to go to the gym. So it was a little too late by that point to turn around and do things all over again. So I'm going to need to pay a little bit closer attention, I think, because it really would be nice to get out and get off the hamster wheel. There's not going to be a lot of opportunities this winter, especially when it hits full stride, and we know it will. Hasn't really showed up here yet, but when it shows its face, it will be very ugly. So I'm going to try and enjoy whatever decent weather we have until then. So yeah, felt good, and it's Friday now, so it's looking like we're going to have a good chance of hitting our weekly target, which was 30 minutes a day, and feeling good and looking forward to getting back into the routine of having 24 hours rest. I also did a lot of standing last night after my run. I was recording another video with a friend of mine, and I just happened to stand during that, and I was on my feet for about an hour before I realized, oh, your legs are aching because you just ran, and now you have to run again in 8 hours. So definitely having a good workout today was a good sign. So that leads me into the topic for today, which is routine. I think that routine is probably the second or third most important aspect of any workout regimen. Routine is oftentimes people associate it with being bored or the same thing over and over again, and the truth is that's what it is, but it's as boring as your heartbeat. Your routine is your heartbeat. It's the rhythm of your life, and you will only find success when you incorporate a new activity, a new topic, a new item into your routine. When it becomes routine to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for a run, then you just do it. You don't even think about it. You're on a long enough timeline. After 4 to 6 weeks, your body wakes itself up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And it wakes itself up at 5 o'clock in the morning, ready to go. This is why you see, retired workers, 5 years after they retire, they're still getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because for them it's part of their routine. It's their comfort zone. And instead of getting up and going to the mill or going to the office or, doing whatever it is that they did for their careers, they're getting up, they're having coffee, and they're going and playing golf or whatever else they plan on doing in retirement, or going out into the wood shop, or whatever it is. If you're going to be successful, you have to incorporate whatever your new activity is into your routine. And in my humble opinion, that takes time. My high school cross-country coach, Kevin Sully Sullivan, always used to tell us it takes 6 weeks to make or break a habit. So if you want to incorporate something into your routine, you have to do it consistently for 6 weeks straight. And if you want to break something, if you want to break a habit, whether it's smoking or nail biting or whatever, you have to identify your triggers, and you have to avoid those triggers for 6 weeks. And it isn't even necessarily the smoking or the nail biting that you're avoiding. It's the trigger. You're taking that trigger out of your routine that's forcing you to do that, which is oftentimes why you see, relapses in smoking, because people can't change their routine, or their routine is so heavily ingrained into that trigger, right? It might be stress. It might be that you go out to the bar all the time. It might be that all of your friends smoke. These are the things that, if you can't escape that routine, then there's a gravity to it. It's just going to suck you back in. And there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about it. So the other thing is, you have to make incorporating the routine into your life easy. And no change is going to be easy, but you have to do everything that you can to gel that process, to lubricate that process. And you have to, if you're going to get up early, you have to go to bed early. Even if you don't sleep, you have to lay there awake, stare at the ceiling, and be bored. And you do that for a few days in a row, and believe you me, a couple of days in a row of 3 to 5 hours of sleep, and exercising, and working a full-time job, and handling all of your other responsibilities, and you will be going to sleep at 9 o'clock at night. That will not last forever. Science doesn't allow it. Physics doesn't allow it. So, you have to be willing to make the sacrifice, the outside sacrifices that are associated with that routine. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to run. That's a significant change to my routine. But just because I change an item over here doesn't mean that an item over here doesn't get changed. And it's important that you do things to ease that process. The other thing that I do is I set all of my running gear out at the end of my bed so that I don't have to think about it. And I actually wear my running shorts to bed so that I don't have to worry about that. So literally, get up, run to the restroom, get out, t-shirt, long sleeve shirt, water bottle downstairs, done. All set, all finished. There's no thinking involved in it. There's no process. There's nothing to study. I don't have to dig through the drawer in the dark to find my clothes. I don't have to stumble around with my foot half sticking out of my shorts, and I have to fall and hit my head off of something. These are all things that have happened to me in the past when I haven't done these things. So again, I identified my trigger, right? I don't want to get up and dig through the dark. Nope, I've taken that all out. I could probably get up and get dressed with my eyes closed in the morning now. And it's only been 10 days because I made it easier to handle that process. So consistency and empowering yourself, making it as easy as possible as you can to get up in the morning. Those are the two keys to incorporating any new routine. So tomorrow is Saturday, but I will not be breaking from my routine. So while I cannot guarantee that I will be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning as I did today, what I can guarantee is that I will be getting up before the sun gets up and getting out to get my work done in the morning before wifey has to go to work, and then I get to spend the day with kids, which is cool. So yeah, we got another 30 minutes tomorrow. Not sure what the distance is going to be. We're going to have to see. But I've had a really good week so far, and even if I only ran, an average of 8-minute pace, or even a little bit slower than that, it's really not going to bother me because I've had a really good week so far. And then of course Sunday, for me, long run is Sunday, and that's how I end my week. So we're going to have to see how that ends up being. I might do the math and see, but I'm going to end up somewhere around 5 or 6 miles, and that's probably what I'm going to run. So really looking forward to it, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Hey, can you comment below any routine changes that you guys are trying to incorporate into your schedules? I think more people are consistently watching these videos than I thought, which is really great, but I think there's a lot of really good information out there. Or maybe you could talk about a time that you had to incorporate a significant change into your routine and the types of things that you did to empower yourself to be successful and to follow through on that routine. Or vice versa. Anytime you tried a new routine and maybe it failed, reflecting on that period, why did it fail? And if you could go back now, what would you change about that in order to help yourself be more successful? So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that your running is going well, and we will see you tomorrow.